am back with another review for you guys, and this time we got the Marvel Legends X-Men 97 cable. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it looks like he may have come with some QC issues, which I know you're thinking like, oh, it's kind of a wild choice to do a figure with a QC issue right after you just had one that you couldn't see. I just want to get him out of the way because I have a bad feeling about that. And who knows, maybe it's not going to be that bad. Maybe I'll get him out there and there's not even a QC issue. I don't know. But, yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the back. You got the little image on the back with all the other figures in the wave. No bio or anything, but, yeah. Let's go ahead and run it through the old IDEF system. Is the figure in good shape? Does the figure function as intended? Everything that's included with the figure, plus scaling, and then just my final thoughts. Usually a little pose at the end when I'm talking about it too, unless I forget. Alright, and here he is at a package, and is the figure in good shape? Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna lie to you and tell you that the reason it took me multiple days to get this review done was because I was letting him stand so it would fix his thigh swivel. Now, maybe for a day, but after that, no. I've been playing video games. But I think he's in good shape now. That's a little gappy. Oh, you know what? His waist swivel doesn't really work very well because of this belt. And it's definitely putting some tension on the joint. So be careful with that. That's no good. But, yeah, his thigh swivel's fine now. No pain issues as far as I know. I'll turn around for you so you can actually look yourself. But, yeah, he's got really good paint. I'm trying to look real close. Well, you got a little something up there, but that's not a big deal. I don't even know if you can see that on camera. See, it's like, I'm not, this was not a $60 figure, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, like, worried about it. But yeah, I would say he's in good shape. Does the figure function as intended? 6, 7, I'm sorry. Wow, that was kind of a scary noise. But he can, it's not the best look up, but like, it's just enough, in my opinion. Like, he might be able to get a little bit more if he moves his neck forward. Oh yeah, I did want to mention that. So, and it's even a little bit sideways now, if you look at it, but I had to like pop his head off and like turn his neck because it was like oriented sideways. It was super weird. Not a QC issue. Well, kind of a QC issue, but like nothing is broken or, you know, whatever. It should not have been like that, I'm pretty sure, but not a big deal. But he can look down really well though. And then I think he's on like a double peg joint type shit or whatever. But you can get some expression. You can 360 his head, but like, I like where it stops it. It's a very realistic, like, you know what I mean? It stops at a good point, like, naturally. I might need to go in there and fix his neck a little bit more. But, so he probably goes up further than this. I'm actually gonna, say pretty confidently, I think he could go up higher than this. But these shoulder pads don't let him. He does have a bicep swivel, works really well. He can raise his arm bar right there. Oh, bro, I didn't even know. It's even worse on this side because the band. Like, you can push on these a little bit, but these are hard plastic. If you keep him in a pose where his arms are pushed out and it pushes these out, it's probably gonna cause some issues, you know? I'm not gonna lie. Sorry, it's a little bit cold in my room. Joints are a little bit stiff. That's not a bad bend at all. I'm not gonna whine about it. Could it be better? Yeah. Could it be worse? Also, yeah. So, you know what? I think it's a more than good enough bend. And you know what? For all the digs about the whole shoulder pad thing, realistically, the way this is strapped down, you probably wouldn't be able to move that well in it. So, you know what? I don't know. And I get the feeling, I really don't know that much about cable. I haven't seen the show, but I'm not going to talk about the articulation as I'm showing you because this isn't that important anyways. But Yeah, I don't know all that much about Cable outside of like Deadpool 2. I know he's like Cyclops' son from the future. He doesn't have a crazy torso, but it's there and it works. After the whole thing with the Miles Morales figure, I'm really just happy to have an app crunch that works, bro. But yeah, I haven't even seen the X-Men 97 show or the reboot or continuation, whatever it is. I need to watch them. I just still haven't. But yeah, nothing crazy about the pivot on these hands. We will talk about it in accessories, but his other hands, like the pew pew hands, those do have a vertical hinge. But anyways, so I already showed you this, but he will turn. I want to like use it to about here. Past that, you're forcing it quite a bit, and that will probably put a lot of tension on your little belt down there. Usually they're so good about belts. Like usually what they'll do is they make it to where you can kind of push them up or down to get, stuff like that. Maybe this is a QC issue. I don't know. Sorry. Yeah, a little bit too much. Not a great kick. Like, he goes out really far. Like, so you can see that thigh doing that thing. Like, it's fine. It stays together for the most part, but you can see that little gappage happening. Yeah, look at that. Hold on. Yeah, no, he's just not a great kick. He's got a good bend, if I remember correctly. Yeah, he does. Got a good bend. I don't think I checked this originally when I was messing with him. Does not have a boot swivel. With the lack of articulation with the legs and whatever, like, it would have been cool to have that boot swivel down there. However, not terrible. I do wish it was better because he doesn't have toe articulation. But, yeah, I'll go ahead and say functions as intended. I don't think they had too much going for this figure with articulation and this design. And you know what? I'll be fair. I don't know if there's too much they could have done to make it too much better. I just want to show you that. It's not, I wouldn't say that's necessarily worse than the other side. Like, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah. I think he's more, like, I'm not going to call him a statue, but he's just to look good than to really pose around. You're not going to get anything too crazy out of him, but, I'm going to say functions as intended. Like, whatever. Let's go ahead and, I guess everything that's included with him. So you got his little trigger holding hands. Like I was saying, they have a vertical hinge, which is very cool. Honestly, it would just be cool if they would convert to like the little ball peg system, like SS Figuarts and stuff like that, but that'll probably never happen. You got the sick ass gun, which I'm pretty sure does not resemble any real gun because it's a weird future gun. Got a little peg hole. What could that be for? And then he's got a smaller one that looks more like a SMG or something like that. And it's got another little peg hole. Oh my god, that's so weird. Almost like it came with blast effects that you could put in those little peg holes. Pretty cool. I will say, these are like slightly different sized. But the peg hole in the like AR one, like assault rifle one, the hole's kind of big. So it won't really matter, but just putting that out there, on mine at least, yeah. But, that's everything he comes with. I don't know if he really could come with more. From what I understand, he isn't able to really use his mutant powers that much, so I don't know if he really needed any power effects, but, I'm happy with what he came with for the price and everything. But, yeah, let's go ahead and do some scaling. Here he is with the Marvel Legends Bone Crusher from the Build-A-Figure wave. Here he is with the Marvel Legends Secret Wars Wolverine. Here he is with the Marvel Legends X-Men 97 Executioner. Here he is with Marvel Legends Siren. Here he is with the Marvel Legends 80-year anniversary Deadpool. Here he is with Marvel Legends Darwin. Here he is with Marvel Legends Uncle Havoc. Here he is with Marvel Legends Wildchild. Here he is with Marvel Legends Uncle Vulcan. Here he is with Marvel Legends Avalanche. Here he is with Marvel Legends Sabretooth. Here he is with Marvel Legends Maggot, who is the only X-Men I have who's close to his height. Side note, I know it's never going to happen, but it would be super cool to get a reissue of him with, like, fisted hands. And maybe another head with some glasses, too, but he's such an underrated character, in my opinion. Like, there hasn't been much of him in comics from what I understand, but he's just such an interesting character, and he's really cool. But, sorry. And finally, here he is with Marvel Legends Scar, Son of Hulk. You know, because I had to throw him in there with someone bigger than him. What? You want someone bigger? Man, I don't know. I don't know if I can accommodate that realistically. Here he is with the Marvel Legends, Spider-Man 2 Gamerverse Venom. You know, one other thing I want to talk about. This thing isn't really that heavy, but his joints in his, like, wrist and just kind of I guess it would be the shoulder joint, not like his bicep, but you kind of have to fudge with it to get him to hold this one-handed, which, you know, maybe it's not really intended for that, but it just seems right. But yeah, he's pretty cool. He probably could have been slightly better. I don't know. If you like the X-Men 97 show and you've liked this line so far, you'll probably like him. He looks really good, and you can get some cool poses at him for sure. Me personally, I'm not going to lie, I think I do kind of regret getting him. I'm not going to get rid of him. Like, he looks too good to just, you know, get rid of, but I kind of wish I would have just waited for that one that's coming out. I don't know when. I know it's coming out recently. It might be a reissue. I don't know. Either way, I don't know if this is my definitive Cable for my collection, but he's definitely something I'm going to keep because he is cool. It makes me want to watch the show even more. But I think that's it. I don't think I have much else to say about him. I wish he would have had another fist hand too, I guess, but yeah. I've seen other ones in the store that didn't have the QC issue I had too, so that was probably not, like, common, I wouldn't think, but I think that's it. I hope this helps you decide, you know, if you want to pick this figure up or